And then also they begin to hear, and elected officials begin to hear the voices of all those people who want more police, more law and order, more worried about crime, worried about their safety. They become the dominant force because the people who are objecting are very often the youth, young people, the people who are going to feel the brunt of it, but they're not the stakeholders that the elected officials care about. They care about the business in their neighborhood, the property owners in their neighborhood. Now, in this case, I think it's much broader because you have every mother who has a child thinking, well, what can I tell my child? I tell them, don't. If a police officer tells you to do something, don't fight back, don't argue, do what they say. From all evidence, this guy did exactly that and got shot in the back. That's profound. That's a profound message, and what that says to the community is very, very frightening.
This thing about the officer may have thought he was reaching for his taser. I mean,
well, we don't know. We'll never know. I mean, the way they did it is they blew it. I mean, this department blew the investigation. They should have immediately separated him from the other officers, read him his Miranda rights. If he's, got a statement, if he was willing to say, if he wasn't willing to give a statement, you say to him, look, we are giving you a guarantee that nothing you say is going to can be used. You have immunity for anything you say, but we want you as a police officer administratively to tell us what happened. If he refuses that, he can be fired immediately. He doesn't have time. Now he's had all this time to get his story together and figure out and listen to all the other police reports and watch the tapes and talk to his lawyer and so on. So we may never know what was in his head or what was going on. I mean, I don't know. I've watched the videotapes, the camera, the digital stuff. Maybe it can be enhanced. Maybe you can know whether as some people say, they wear the taser on one side and the gun on the other. I don't know. I really don't know. And I think we may not know, but I don't even know whether that's the point. The point is that this is it should never have happened, no matter what happened, and it's a sign about says something about the BART police, the way they hire.
Housing,
Okay, so you've recently written a book about your experiences. I know that you're a public interest lawyer. You've been working as an advocate in the community for a long time, but
right.
It wasn't always that way. You had life before that, and things that happened that pushed you in that direction. Maybe you can, give us a background.
Yeah, I mean, the book has got a title that basically can't be spoken of and pulled on the radio without the FCC coming down and creating a problem for you. And the title comes from a kind of an anarchist street gang that I was part of on the Lower East Side of New York in the 60s, called Up Against the Wall Motherfuckers, which took its name from a poem by, he's now Amiri Baraka, Leroy Jones, that he wrote during the Newark uprising riots in '67, which he basically he says that yes, what the rioters did was right. They should. Says you can't steal nothing from a white man. He's already stole it. He owes you anything you want, even his life. All the stores will open up if you will say the magic words. The magic words are up against the wall, motherfucker. This is a stick up. So it's called Black People by Leroy Jones and Marie Baraka. So that's where we got our name. We like that energy, and it's the sort of reflection on a politics that took that energy and ran with it, and then, but it's also highly critical of a lot of the things that we did, and then it reflects about, well, where are we at now? What kind of politics will work now? What's left of that that's still valid and what needs to be changed and so on. So when I talk about how, for me, it's an entirely appropriate and politically effective tactic, even though it was spontaneous, in response to just a brutal police assassination, to run into the streets and break things and break a police car and do all of those illegal acts. That illegality just sort of pales into beyond insignificance compared with what was done. And it is a way that people who are powerless have forever exerted their power, expressed their power. And that, I think, will always be part of politics. It's not all of politics. If that's all politics, where we would never win anything. But I'm not going to say it's not part of politics. And that's in some ways my response to in Israel and Palestine. I mean, just take a jump to the rocket fire of Hamas into Israel. These pathetic rockets, which are terrifying. I'm not denying it, but what choice do they have? When Israel has made so clear they don't think of them as human beings, don't care about them, the world doesn't care about them, they're penned in and imprisoned. It's totally understandable. Is it the thing? I know, but I don't equate the violence of people who resist with violence that's used to keep them oppressed.